Nung sinabi mo na Germany tayo, anong sabi niya?
I think parang she just went along with it. Yun nga, may trust din eh.
Pero,
parang, oo.
Pero nung sinabi mo, hindi, we'll use the vernacular.
Yeah.
Mag-aalaman tayo.
I guess yung initial thought niya was like, why do we have to put ourselves through that? Let's just make it here. Kasi itatranslate pa natin eh. Tapos, just actually...
Do you speak?
No.
Deutsch?
I mean, Deutsch. Ich kann nicht.
Ang alam ko lang is ich liebe dich.
sprechen.
Ayun, dati nagpapakita ko mga ganun. I love you. Okay. So, pero do you know?
No,
Speak?
I had to learn conversational, I can talk to, like to order food or to get a cab, I can, especially when I first moved there, I knew nothing about...
Tama ba yung translation ng 99 Luftballons?
Oh.
Tama ba yung translation? Hindi?
Yung sa yung sa song, I have to double check that, okay? But for sure, yeah. And then as German, may approval niya yan. Yeah.
So, okay, so German, pinalitan mo na yung, oh my God, DEINE FARBE. Which means
your color. Yeah. So, I mean, when we were thinking about it, oh my God, we're going to make a film in Germany, and then we're going to do it in the next 2 months, and our script is still in English. So at that time, I couldn't wrap my head around it, and there was a part of me that was like, is that possible? Because everyone was thinking, is that possible? But then like, parang, yeah.
So is that possible?
I mean, I was working on, sabi ko, I think we can. I feel we can. And then everyone involved was like, okay, we're all working based on your feeling, based on a feeling. But I think at the end of the day, yung conviction also, sometimes when you really believe in it, you can
Okay.
You can influence people.
Yung script nabasa ni Chloe to in English, right?
Yes.
And it moved her, right?
She liked the idea of it.
So now, kayong dalawa, you telling Chloe, we're gonna translate this. We're gonna have this translated in German.
Yeah.
Were you crossing your fingers na sana pagbalik sa inyo, ma-move ulit kayo?
I think the whole experience of even just making the film moved us. Kumbaga, we were at a point, parang naging analogous din or parallel din yung experience namin dun sa experience ng boys.
Wow.
Like coming of age din kami. We're feeling lost.
Yes.
We moved to another country to try our luck. And then, we both realized, oh shit, it's not so easy. But, but we still... we still kept doing it. Meta talaga eh. So,
wow.
We just, and we did. She did.
What was the first step? So
She
finally, okay, Germany, yung script na translate na, and then what was the next step after that?
Casting director, we reached out, of course, like limited yung budget, independent eh. We reached out to a couple of them, and then there was one, I think our story resonated with her. And she was basic. She helped us a lot. Even the person that translated the script, the only person we knew from Germany was Andrew, and he was a sound engineer also for film, and Chloe worked with him
Andrew,
before, and then she was like saying like, do you know anyone in the industry like that who could? And then he was like, okay, first of all you have to translate this, and then he referred us to his friend, and then we submitted the script to her, and when she accepted it, and she is actually an established filmmaker in Germany. Her name's Hella Wenders, and yeah, she took on the project. She said,
wow.
okay, I want to do this, and she had like. She had clout. I mean, she was established, she was respected. And for her to have said yes to the project, that gave us confidence also. Yes. So, we went to the casting director. She already knew who Hella was. And then...
So, si Hella nag-greenlight ng project?
No. Hindi naman nag-greenlight, pero she decided to get on board.
Nice. And
it was Chloe and I that decided to greenlight the project by doing it.
So, now... Andiyan na, Hella, Chloe, you, Andrew. Sino yung casting director?
Anna Davila, and she's also respected in her and she was the one that said yes even with our like limited budget kasi nga she was like she's also a woman, like an immigrant that had to fight her way, and she saw us also struggling. She was like, I like you guys, you have guts. I can see myself in you. So she was like, I will help you, and she gave us she connected us with like the best talents in Germany.
And so si Ana ang nag-pitch sa mga actors to audition actually.
Yeah, but she pitched it well for established actors to actually even audition.
Galing, no?
So some of the people that we met, they didn't have to audition.
Talagang yun na yun. This part is meant for you. Parang gano'n na yung dating.
Parang, I mean, they had like actually big studios offering them projects, and they auditioned dun sa project namin, which was so small comparatively, but Anna really sold it. Like, this story is like you should.
So now, here you are. Okay, ready. Day one. What was it like nung first shooting day?
First shooting day.
Before you go there, si JJ sumasayas. Commercial break muna tayo.
Stream Maria Diane Ventura's award-winning movie, DEINE FARBE, on Amazon Prime.
And we're back. Direct. Ayan na. Direct na. Di ba? Eto na. First shooting day.
First shooting day.
On a limited budget.
Mm-hmm.
May language barrier. May translator kayo on set?
At that time, I think wala. Yeah. But we had like a 2-week rehearsal with the actors, and which is why we knew kind of, and I wrote the script, so kind of.
Pero you wrote the script in English.
I know. At first I thought it was going to be like it was going to be difficult, but in the end it actually helped me focus more on kasi sometimes when you write a script, you get so attached to the words, it becomes your baby, kailangan verbatim and stuff. But since I mean, obviously, like I'm not fluent in the vernacular, I had to focus on their acting and
Correct.
kind of focus on their chemistry, which is actually more important than the words if
Hindi
you
ko
think
natanong
about
pala
it.
yun, yung chemistry. What did you feel nung inayos ni Ana yung casting? Naramdaman mo yung chemistry ng mga actors mo kagad? Did they come alive?
Yun nga eh. Actually, during the audition process, we not only auditioned individually, we also paired them
Combination,
off. Kasi this movie banked on a friendship of two men, and this had to be genuine. This could not be, so we also had to find two people who we saw na parang
Magkiklik.
na parang and we found that. Actually, I was really happy about that edition, and it made me realize so many things because I had like a set person in my head about
Correct.
who my character. While I was writing, you have like a set person in your head, or like
Did it closely resemble the person in your head?
Actually, for Carl's character, there was one person that came in, and Yannick came in, and he was very different from the Carl that I imagined on set. He brought about like a sensitivity to the character that I never actually pictured.
And you were okay with that?
No, he changed my mind. So
Galing,
it made me realize na parang
Pwede pala
someone
to.
can change your mind with their performance. So you also have to keep an open mind and like be present and not be so attached to certain
Yung tipong stuck up ka dun sa
certain decisions you make even before it happens. So I try to keep a balance sa ganon. And first day, sorry, I digress.
No. That's fine.
Yeah.
Kasi pati ako na-excited. Okay, may rehearsal, may character development, and then finally, andito na yung mga characters. Para kang bumili ng gear online, di ba? Makikita mo yung gitara, tapos pagtakbo mo, wow, ito yun.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is sacred. Like the shooting days, it is like, and it's also the most rewarding part of filmmaking when you see things come to life, like on that day when you shoot it. And it's always still like it makes me happy, during set. Yeah.
So eto na, how many days ang shooting?
It was 2 weeks. And it was in 2 countries. It was in Germany
And
and in
Barcelona.
Spain. Yeah. So, yun nga Chloe and I have this theory that, because of course, yung mga actors ko, they are very established in Europe. So, I think that part of, the reason why they joined like a small film like ours is out of curiosity. They're like, you're making a film in 2 countries in like 2 weeks and with 2 months pre-production. Is this really going to happen? Can you pull this off? So, curiosity lang talaga eh.
Which worked in your favor, by the way.
Which worked in my favor. So
okay. So now, logistics. Sino nag-isip ng logistics? Si Chloe or ikaw? Or si Hela? Or sinong...
I think it was both Chloe and I, but of course, like I give her all the, props because she really, we found the right people to kind of help. We found like a great line producer in Germany that like was really able to help us with logistics. And then sa movie, well, I don't want to ruin it for those that haven't seen it because sometimes when you know about like the making of, it's like when you watch it, baka they it takes away from their experience. But just a fascinating thing about the film is that the interiors were done in one house. Everything was in one house except for the exteriors. Of course, we really had to go to Barcelona.
So may yung set designer mo had to be creative enough.
Yeah, we rented like one house which had 3 floors, and then the basement, that was like the club scene. But of course, you don't see it, and that was also like the what do you call this, where do you shoot guns?
Oh, firing range.
Oh, the range also was they had to, and then the second floor was the room, their room in Barcelona. The first, the top floor was like the room in Berlin. So it made things easy, especially for a 2-week shoot.
So shooting days would be spent, interiors would be spent there.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah. So
Galing.
we just moved floors to,
And that says a lot about creativity. Dahil, di ba, ang galing. Ang takeaway, ang dami kong takeaway sa'yo rito. Like, ang takeaway is, hindi excuse ang budget eh.
Yeah.
Gagawan mo talaga ng paraan eh.
You have to.
Without sacrificing the creative process, by the way, and the quality.
Yeah, yeah.
Diba? So finally, tapos na ang, ano ang difference ng first shooting day sa last shooting day?
I think dun sa last shooting day kasi we were all very comfortable with each other. It felt like family already. Like how we are here, 'di ba? Pagka nag-get together tayo, parang it doesn't feel like work anymore, 'di ba? Parang you become like instant friends.
Yep.
And that's how it felt like with us. Siguro nung first medyo may pagka stiff pa, but by the time like we were already like vibrating on the same wavelength by the end of it all. When I yelled, "It's a wrap," because it was in the beach. The last scene was at the beach, and everyone, we didn't talk about it, we didn't plan it. I just yelled, "It's a wrap," and everyone started to drop everything they had and ran to the sea. Ran to the sea to swim, And we didn't talk about it. We just looked at each other and then just
It
was
ito ang hindi alam ng mga tao. So it's a wrap, lahat excited, takbuhan, ganyan-ganyan. Si Direk, of course, tatakbo sa una, but then again, once the wrap happens, the end of one process is the beginning of the next process.
Yes, yeah.
And this is the lonely part of filming. Oh, it's a happy part, but a lonely part also because now it's all on you and your editor. Kung may editor ka, but that's all you now, diba? This is where your decisiveness comes into play.
Yeah.
And every film you make actually is a culmination of your upbringing. Kung what falls on the cutting room floor or what stays sa film and all that. Was it hard?
Yeah, I think it's always one of the most difficult parts of, because you fall in love with your scenes, with everything, and then you have to say goodbye to it. And that's why I understand when they say killing your babies. It's like, okay, you gotta kill your baby. Someone said that, to me, editing. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And then, I was on the cutting floor and I was like, I cannot watch this, I cannot watch you, like, just edit that out, what we shot for 2 days, and just remove it. Pero all for the bigger...
Bigger
for the
picture
picture again. It's like, okay, what
di mo ba napapansin ditong pinag-uusapan like analyzing yun, di ba? Parang gano'n eh, no? Okay.
yeah, it was just so difficult, and I think yun nga what I learned, my takeaway from this project was like I really have to let go more and let a few days or months even pass before I go back to the editing room, kasi right when you go edit right after you shoot the film, you're still so in love with it,
Yes.
so you need some sort of detachment
Yes.
before you get back on the so that you feel less devastated when you have to say goodbye to the things that don't contribute to the overall picture.
Did you work with an editor?
Yes.
Was
yeah.
he supportive of the decisions that you made? Or would he suggest also?
I think we were having arguments almost. Kasi syempre, he is an editor, so he's also a storyteller.
Yes.
So there was like a clash of, and then you always have to kind of find the balance. Like at what point at what point is this not my voice anymore? It's not my movie anymore, But at the same time, you also have to balance it with giving him enough trust to know that, what his suggestions are is also in the best interest of that, in the best of interest in that project. And I'm still having this issue kind of reconciling both. Yeah.
Alam ko ba't ako nakangiti? Because nung bago magsimula yung project, Chloe had to trust you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ngayon,
You have to trust.
post-production, ikaw naman ang, oh my God.
Yeah. And I think I still am pretty, attached to the script. So that's what I had such a hard time letting go of, like that we had to follow the original script, because of course sometimes it takes on
it's
a
your
life
story.
of its own. Yeah, so it's still that, and up to this day I still even don't know if the final cut is what would have been.
Is that the reason? Is that the reason other directors have a director's cut?
Probably, yeah. So they could keep their, I mean, of course, I'm not comparing myself
course.
to them, but yeah.